Can you explain what a EOT is?
Yeah, so in the most simple terms, instead of selling to a competitor or a trade buyer, what we're doing is selling the business to the employees, and that's done via a trust company.
What's the benefits of somebody that goes down this route?
Well, there's benefits for both the seller and the employees in an EOT route. So there are favourable tax treatments that are potentially available to the seller, but also for the employees, they unlock the option of a tax-free bonus every year of £3,600, which is a nice little sum to receive. And there are other benefits, like if you wish to maybe renovate the kitchen, all of those decisions suddenly become in the focus of the employees and what's for the benefit of the employees as opposed to a shareholder.
What are the downsides of an EOT?
So the number one thing that I can think of for the seller selling to an EOT is that sometimes the way it's structured is your consideration, the money you're going to receive from the sale is deferred over a period of time and paid out through future profits of the business. And in any case, the future could mean that those profits are at risk, and thus your payment for the company is at risk. But also the way that EOTs are structured means that they have to be done at market value, which might mean that you're not getting the best price for your business in comparison to selling to a trade buyer who may pay above and beyond to get your business.
Does that mean that any business can go down the EOT route?
I'd say most businesses could. It's not suitable for everyone, so there's, without getting too technical, there's a limited participator rule, so you can't have more than 40% of your employees be shareholders. But also what I would stress more than anything is that you need to have an employee-focused ethos in order for it to be a success, because you need your employees to really be bought into that process and run the business whilst you're not there.
So there's a certain amount of complexity involved in an EOT, I believe, but how long does it usually take to complete one?
Yeah, I think you're right in saying there is a lot of complexity in the process, and there's certain hurdles that we have to go through. So obtaining a valuation of the company, getting advanced clearance from HMRC, getting the legal documents in place. And what I would say is, typically speaking, that would fall somewhere between 6 and 12 months is a reasonable timescale.
So in the last budget, there were some changes to the rules for EOTs. How's that going to affect future EOTs that are planned?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There were changes in the recent budget, and I guess under the old scheme it would have been 100% zero capital gains tax paid, so completely tax-free for the seller. That's now changed, and there's now 50% of the gain is taxed. So in my mind, that says to me that you need to pay more attention and plan better into what exit route is the best for you. So perhaps a trade sale would be more favourable for you if you're going into it for those reasons. But what I would stress is that for the right business going into it for the right reasons, EOTs are still a great exit route for a business.
An EOT sounds really positive for the employees. How does that actually work?
Naturally, when you giving ownership essentially to the employees, you'd expect them to be more motivated, have more accountability for their work. They obviously get rewarded in ways of tax-free bonus, and they have input into how the profits are then spent once the exiting owner has been paid off. So in general, it really enhances this employee-focused culture, which ultimately leads to success.
Why are Scott and Bland ideally placed to advise people on the EOT process?
Yeah, I think not only are we really experienced, as you say, we've worked on a wide range of EOT transactions. I think where we can really add value sometimes is the education piece, not only for the exiting shareholders to understand what an EOT really means for them, but also it's completely new for the members of staff, and we find that by going along and answering their questions and really educating on what it means for them, they get a better buy-in, which again ultimately leads to the EOT being successful in the future.
Yeah, I can see that education piece is so important to the success of the EOT.